Hi everybody, here I am in the Fayetteville Public Schools and I'm with
Marian Riner.
Marian Riner, and what's your official title?
I'm the Families in Transition Coordinator with our district.
Yeah, Families in Transition Coordinator. And you know, it looks like a food pantry behind us, and if you could see on the other side of the camera, it's like a huge room just filled with clothes, and they're for homeless people or people in poverty. Mm-hmm. So it just forgive me, I'm a little bit messed up because, you know, here we are in what you would think is a pretty affluent community. But there's such a problem that they've actually had to hire somebody, you or somebody before you, to actually take care of the homeless families. Mm-hmm. Tell me about homelessness in the public school.
You know, one thing that we really work on as a district is educating our teachers and our staff on identifying needs of students. If they feel like they encounter a student that might be living in a situation that might be transitional, we really work on making sure they know who to refer that student to and what services are available. We have lots of services available to that student, which include school, you know, getting school supplies for that student if they need that, food, our clothing closet. We can work with taking care of any fees or anything like that that the student wants to be involved in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You said how many families came through yesterday?
We had 9 families yesterday, and we had 15 families last Thursday. We're open twice a week.
Wow. And the last real official yearly count of homeless kids in this particular school district was last year. And
right.
How many?
We had 264 students.
264 students in one, and this isn't a really large community.
We have about 8,800 students roughly in our district, and so we had served about 264 students that were experiencing homelessness.
Wow. I mean, many of you that follow me on Twitter will know that I get messed up and hopefully you do too, on child homelessness, because no child should be homeless. And I'm really grateful that people are like you are here. Now, there are laws that every school has to have something.
Yes.
And usually that homeless liaison is the principal. Mm-hmm. Bigger schools or schools that have more homelessness actually hire somebody like you.
Right.
It's just the thing is, like for me, I work as a family case manager at Essentia in Los Angeles. And I've driven families to take their kids to school, and I've talked to them about the law and say you can get support, but they won't raise their hand because they're worried their kids are going to be taken away.
Absolutely. A lot of people really feel like if they disclose their living situation that you're going to call DHS on them, or that people are going to come and take their children. And what we really try as a district here is to offer support to those families, to provide a safe environment where they feel like they can share what's going on, and we can then look at how we can help them.
And we were talking, bring me through what a homeless kid goes through in school. And you were talking about the difference in elementary to when you get in secondary.
You know, we really have a lot more families identified that have small children, and a lot of times that's because those children they don't have those limits set on them. They don't realize that it's not okay to start talking about your family situation, or that you went to stay at auntie's, or that you're living in a hotel or motel. You just kind of talk about things that happen at home as a child, and you don't really realize that those are hush-hush topics. As you become older, you start learning those things and become more aware of your peer group and more aware of what's not okay to share and what is okay to share. And so identifying kids that are in junior high or high school becomes more of a challenge at that point, because they aren't sharing with others what's going on in their environment. So when we identify a student, the first thing that we're looking at is making sure that we immediately that they're enrolled in attending our school, make sure that they're immediately receiving free meals, so breakfast and lunch. We know they're getting 2 hot meals a day. Right. And then we look at transportation. You know, how are you getting to school? Is that a barrier? Are you living outside of our district because you had to go live at grandma's? And then how do we send a bus out to get you and get you to school in a timely manner? Beyond that, though, once we have those critical pieces done that the law outlines that we must provide, we look at other social support systems. You know, what does your food resources look like. You know, do you have food stamps? Do you have Medicaid? When's the last time you've been to a doctor? When's the last time you've been to a dentist? Clothing, you know, what do you have do you have a new pair of shoes? Do you have socks? Do you have toiletry items so that you can get yourself prepared and ready to come to school? Do you have items that you need to be ready for in a classroom? So we really look at things beyond the critical moment once we have those taken care of.
I think by having the food available in the clothing bank and the food bank is that they see that you're open to helping them.
Absolutely.
It probably helps them trust you.
And all these items are free to families. When they come in, there's no charge. They get to come in, and it's set up like a store, like a shop. We want to really preserve that dignity for a family, that when they're coming in, they're not having to sort through trash bags full of things.
Right.
Or we really wanted it to be like a store, so that they feel like they can come in and they have that dignity preserved. And we have food items that are donated. Our school district has a huge food drive, which is going on right now, and all that food comes right back, and we give those to the families. So
what do you see going on? You see it getting better? Do you see it getting worse, tapering off? What's happening out there?
Honestly, I feel like it's getting worse. I really feel like our area in the country is really starting to feel a lot of the effects that maybe others in other states have been feeling for quite some time. We certainly are seeing a rise in the amount of families that are coming and visiting our food pantry and our clothing closet. We have a lot more families that are coming to us in deeper crisis without those supports. You know, they've been looking for a job, and unemployment's run out. They don't have a job. What are we going to do? So I feel like our area is just really starting to feel that crunch that a lot of other people have been feeling.
What can anybody do? What can housed family, the normal, if there is such a thing, families do to help support the homeless families in their neighborhood, their community? Because no matter where you live, there's homeless
You can
families.
get involved, definitely. I think it's looking at what you have available to give. You know, certainly you can contact your school counselor to determine, you know, maybe there's a family that needs to be adopted at Christmas time.
I love it.
You know, maybe there's a Thanksgiving meal you can go and purchase for a family that might be living in a hotel or motel and
Or
don't
a
have
Sunday
the
meal
means.
or a Friday meal.
You know, maybe it's, buying a pair of shoes the next time you go and buy a pair of shoes and donating that to your school counselor, talking to your district to find out what resources they provide to families that are in poverty. There's a million ways you can get involved. You can always call me.
I like that. And trust me, I love the Tom Shoes model, and I loved what Tom Shoes does. But I guess we could all do that. When you buy a pair of shoes, buy an extra one and give them to a homeless family. I love that idea. Woo!
Clean package of socks or underwear. I mean, that's our motto, is that I think every child should have a clean package of socks and underwear. And so, you know, if you're picking those up, just pick up an extra pair and donate them to your school pantry.
Great. Well, thank you very much for talking.
Absolutely. Thank you. I enjoyed it.